Hi guys, what's up? It's me, Lindsay, and welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new, welcome to my channel. So today's video is going to be kind of a fun one. I was in the middle of filming a Q&A, and then I thought one of the questions had to do with relationships and stuff, and I figured why not just film a whole separate video on relationship advice. So what I did was I jotted down a whole bunch of little advice tips that I came up with to write on a piece of paper, and I will share them with you guys because I mean, I've never been in a relationship, but I always seem to help my friends when they're in their relationships. So I figured, why not just film a video and give it my own advice out to you guys, because I could help a lot of people doing this. So, first off, this one's for the guys to pay attention to, is if the girl is cold that you're with, whether you guys are dating or not, give her your hoodie. It'll make her feel so, loved and cared about. And it'll make her feel really special because she's wearing something that you own, and she's also wearing something that smells like you and that she'll want to keep on. She will obviously give it back to you, but, well, that's if you guys are friends. If you guys aren't and you guys are dating, then she'll probably keep it, but it's okay. The second one is, if it's her time of the month, then make her feel good. Give her or get her a treat or a snack or something, because it makes you look really manly when you're sitting there not acting disgusted by the fact that a girl gets her period once a month. Because literally, I was saying this to one of my guy friends the other day, it was my time of the month, because, I started bleeding and I kind of forgot, because sometimes mine comes early and I don't know, it depends it depends what time of my cycle of the month it is. One month my cycle came really early, and I said, oh my god, I'm bleeding, and I was in my bathing suit bottoms, and I didn't have anything on me, and the guy just acted really freaked out, and literally just kind of it's okay, let's change the topic. If you just say let's change the topic, it makes you look like you don't care about her at all whatsoever. And first of all, she's already freaked out that it's her time of the month, and she doesn't want added stress to that, and you're literally not helping by saying, oh my god, this is disgusting. If you're a true man, you're going to handle her time of the month like a good guy, and you're going to give her what she wants, and you're going to man up, and you're going to be there for her, because you want to make her feel good. Because a lot of times during that time of the month, girls get really moody and hormonal and get really upset easily, and something like that, if a guy just gets really startled and freaked out, makes her think that you just don't care. So I'm just saying, it might be a little TMI, but just try to be as manly as you can be. The next one, the third one they came up with, was to always be each other's support systems, because if you are going through a tough time, or let's say one of your grandparents passed away or something, then you tell them that, and they're not supportive of it, or they're not supporting you. If they're a true person, and they're true in the relationship, they'll help you with anything, no matter how difficult. I remember a couple of years ago when my parents got divorced, I was going through a really tough time emotionally, and I went to tell one of my friends, and they were actually really supportive about it, and a lot of my friends were really supportive, and they were telling me how it gets better, and it's painful, but it will get better. So if something like that happens, or something really traumatic, then try to be there for the other person, and always be there to talk to the other person whenever the other person wants to talk, whether it's just a chill night, or a chill talk or whatever, or whether it's something that's more serious. Always be there to talk about something with the other person, because it makes you look like a good friend. The next thing is, this goes for both people, is don't ever use someone just for sex. It makes you look like a complete ridiculous person, because especially guys, I think this one's more on guys than girls, just because I see this more in occurrence, that guys tend to have higher sex drives than females do. I mean, I'm not saying girls don't ever have high sex drives, but most of the time it's guys that have the higher sex drives, especially as teenagers. guys usually only want sex. Like, I know at this point half the time then when guys are talking to me, they want sex usually, or they want something more like intimate or on the physical side of things. But remain true to yourself. Don't ever like send nudes or anything like that. It's not appropriate. It's kind of weird. And third of all, it sends the wrong message, and if the pictures get out otherwise, then you have no way of getting them back. So just saying. But sex isn't something that you play around with. It's something that two people that are in love with each other should do, not just guys when they have high sex drives. Like, you can tone it down. You don't have to have sex when you have a high sex drive. That just because you have a high sex drive doesn't mean you have to necessarily have sex. It's not necessarily needed. So I'm just saying it's okay to like not have sex when you don't have a high sex drive, but don't use the other person for sex. Don't cheat on the other person, because okay, especially for girls, I think this one's a little bit more important. When guys cheat on girls, and I'm not saying this is like a gender specific thing, but I've seen this a lot, like when guys cheat on girls, then the girl has a really like traumatic thing in her brain from it, because she's scared she's gonna get cheated on again, because she doesn't feel good about herself after she's been cheated on, because it makes her feel like she's useless. So I'm just saying, I mean, yeah, guys can usually forgive and forget if it's the girl that cheats on the guy, but if a guy cheats on a girl, it's a little bit different, because also girls' parents are usually really like a little bit more strict. And if the guy ever wants to marry that girl and he cheated on her in the past, you have a really hard time or a really rough shot at trying to get her parents to win you back, because her parents love her and they don't want to see her hurt again, and you literally went and slept with someone behind her back, and then you're going and essentially saying that you want to be with her. How are her parents supposed to trust you when you went and cheated on her once? Does that mean you're going to do it again? You know, some people say things, but they don't always mean it. Like people say like they're never going to cheat again, and then they go out and cheat, because the saying is once a cheater, always a cheater. I usually would give a second chance, but I think cheating's a little bit different, because usually if they cheat, they probably are going to do it again. So just saying. All right. The next one is always know your worth. Don't let someone tell you that you should be more confident in yourself. I think that that's something that is kind of insulting. It's pretty much saying you're not confident in yourself and you need to be more confident. But if you're saying like, oh my God, you're so confident, that's a good thing. But if you know what you want and you know what you deserve and what you don't deserve, like if you were in a toxic relationship and your friends are telling you like, oh, you don't deserve this guy, or oh, you don't deserve this girl, they probably are right. Something's probably wrong. It's probably a sign. You probably aren't meant to be with that person. So just saying. The sixth thing was always know what you're looking for in a partner. So this is like personality traits, looks, I guess, if that matters to you. Personality is more important to me than looks personally, but it can go either ways. I think looks are a plus, but I think that personality is more important. So if you're looking for someone who's funny and that can make you laugh and that treats you the right way, make sure you look for someone like that. I mean, it's hard to find people these days that are like that sometimes, but it'll happen. It'll happen when it's ready. Timing's everything, so just trust yourself. 7 is always make one another feel good about themselves. Like, don't drag them down over stupid little petty stuff, because I'm telling you, if literally you're trying to talk to someone and then they're just like, okay, whatever, I don't care, that pretty much shows them you don't care, and you could literally care less about the friendship or the relationship. And yeah. Another thing is when like guys, and I mean this is both gender thing, it's not gender specific, is when guys and girls are texting each other, or people in general are texting each other. I've seen this a million times, that guys, or even girls, I guess, do this sometimes, but I've seen this more with guys, that guys will just say, like, K, or whatever. Like, the girl will literally say, like, I miss you, or I love you, and the guy's like, okay, or K, or whatever. The least you could do is you could say, I miss you, or I love you too, or whatever, or something like that. Or even like, instead of saying K, could you at least show the respect and the uttermost of typing one more letter out and just writing okay instead of K? Because I feel like K is kind of perceived as like rude and you don't care. So it makes you seem like you aren't interested in the conversation at all if you're just saying that. So yeah. All right, the ninth one I came up with, or the eighth one I came up with, was guys shouldn't be so controlling over their girlfriends, because I've seen this so many times where guys try to tell the girl that they should show off more and that they should wear more like clothing, and I feel like this is something that is so rude. You're basically trying to force another person to wear something they may not be comfortable wearing. So if a guy is telling a girl she should wear a tube top, maybe there's a reason she's not wearing a tube top. Maybe her boobs are too small to be able to keep it up. I know I have particularly small boobs, so I can't really keep up a tube top with the chest that I have. So maybe there's a reason that she's not wearing it. So I'm just saying, maybe there's a reason. Maybe she doesn't want to flash the entire world, all that stuff. If she feels comfortable wearing it, that's her choice. But you can't force her to wear that. And if it's like the same thing with like wearing spaghetti straps too, or even crop tops. Not all girls feel comfortable showing off their stomachs or their skin. Some girls don't feel comfortable showing off that much. Personally, I like showing off my body because I like it. But not everybody does. And I think that that's something a lot of people don't understand, especially guys. They just don't see it as like, oh, she should be showing off more. That's not your choice. It's her body. She can do whatever she wants with it. And if you're like trying to tell her what to do, she just feels like she's being manipulated. So, but like, and like if a girl wants to wear short shorts, like shorts with her butt hanging out of them, let her do it. As long as it's not breaking the rules or it's not illegal, she should be allowed to wear whatever she wants to. So I understand there are some differences in cultures where some people aren't allowed to wear certain kinds of clothing like that. But if your culture doesn't permit you from wearing clothes that are like, that show off more, do whatever makes you feel comfortable. The ninth thing was make the effort to talk to each other on a daily basis. Talking to each other in a friendship or relationship helps your friendship or relationship grow stronger, because you're giving the other person a chance to talk to you. You're building each other's connections with each other. You're growing your friendship. You're making each other feel good. What more could there be? Like FaceTime calls, texting, hanging out, whatever it might be. Talk to each other on a daily basis. 10. The final thing that I came up with was joke or play around with each other once in a while. I'm not saying I'm not literally saying go around and say your house is on fire 16 times a day. First of all, I think that that's kind of illegal. But second of all, don't joke about serious matters like pregnancy, missing your period. Something like that is actually like something that's not meant to joke about. Emergencies aren't something to joke about either. But have fun with each other once in a while. Joke around with each other. I'm not saying hurt the other person as a joke. I'm just saying casually bring up a joke once in a while and joke around. It makes the other person feel good that you're joking around with them. But don't be the one that's a Debbie Downer and just like take it out on other people and then get mad when the other person's joking with you. But yeah, that's all I came up with for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.